Rest in peace, Donna Jordan. I will definitely miss your smiling face and awesome video. Hi, and welcome to Quilt Meets World, where we have adventures in peace and joy. I'm Russ. Come on into my sewing room. What a week it's been! Between Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday evenings, I managed to get the framed cat's quilt completed. I got the backing stitched up, got it loaded onto the long arm, started stitching it before I had even planned, which I needed extra time because I had a couple little issues on the long arm. Um, but it was fine. Did have a broken needle and accidentally took the most hilarious photo. I was trying to get the number off the needle to make sure that I was replacing it with the same size needle. And yeah, you'll see that photo later today. But I was just laughing so hard when I finally saw it. I do need to go back and restitch a few spots in the binding. And there is like one little did what is this? It had a rat's nest or something in the back for the from the quilting, but it's homemade, so that doesn't matter, and it's done. Um, I am excited to have it done, and I do have a recipient in mind because finished is better than perfect. Friday during the day though was kind of miserable with work. My router decided to be a jerk face and was rebooting every few minutes. By the time I was getting something going, I got disconnected from everything. I have to wait for the router to come back up, wait for the connection to come back up, and then sometimes you're locked out for another 15 or 20 minutes in the app you're working on. So yeah, it was not a happy day. The research that I have done suggests that the only real answer with the symptoms that I have is the power adapter might be going bad. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because every other answer that I have seen on the internets is something that I don't even do. Like it's saying, don't be using a USB flash drive as network storage. And I'm like, I don't do that. I'm not that crazy. And this and this. And like, it's just listing all these things. And I'm like, I don't do any of those. So it's probably the power adapter. Uh, they're being drop shipped from probably China, and I just gotta figure out which one I think I trust the most because they're not from the original manufacturer, and decide to order it. It's gonna take 2 to 3 weeks to get here, but the good thing is when I do have this issue, I tend to not have the issue again for several months. The last time I truly remember the issue was back in October, although I think I had it once in December, maybe January. I don't really remember because it doesn't happen that often. The only time that I remember or only reason why I remember the October one is because it was when I got my passport photo taken and I was trying to do chores and listen to music on the smart speakers, and it would just die every 5 minutes because smart speakers would get disconnected from a wireless internet that doesn't exist. So yeah, that's the only reason why I remember that one. So yeah, I'm gonna see if the power adapter really is the issue. Whatever. Saturday was pretty eventful. I started in the morning with Saturday Sampler at my local quilt shop. I brought that framed cat's quilt in for show and tell. Picked up my next block, got to listen to all of the classes that are coming up, just all of the fun stuff. So I am, pretty excited about some of the stuff that's happening. Nothing, extraordinary, but just still fun stuff. I got home and I moved my computer, the Wi-Fi from the router that I used to a known stable connection so that I didn't have any issues with my 11Zs Live. Every time that my router would go down, it would take 5 minutes for it to come back up. I'm sure people wouldn't have wanted to watch me. Oh, wait, you can't see that I actually froze because I have a fan going. But yeah, people wouldn't want to see me go frozen every handful of minutes during my live. So I got on a stable connection and I worked on some blocks from the Star Cakes pattern that is a free download from Fat Quarter Shop. I'm working on this on yet another graduation quilt. This one is high school graduation, and I'm loving the fabric combination that I have picked. So it will be a lot of fun getting it done. We'll see how far I can get and how quickly it'll get done. Um, then, after the live and everything, it was mostly a bust, but I just digress because, we got to have a little bit of downtime. Saturday overnight, did not sleep well. We had a storm coming in. Saturday was just windy, like storm cloudy all day. And as I was going to bed, it was like, I need to sleep as much as I can because if we lose power, I'm going to be awake because the fan is working. Because, basic white boy, I need to sleep. But my anxiety had me getting up every single hour. Uh, During the wait times that I was awake, I heard some pretty good wind gusts. I heard a couple little thunder rumbles, but nothing too major. And we did not lose power this time, unlike that storm 4 weeks prior to this. So even though I was up every hour, I'm thankful that the storm wasn't as bad as it could have been. Sunday morning, I woke up and just assessed what happened. The worst thing that I had seen in my yard was my grill fell over. Of all of the windstorms and everything that we've had over the past who knows how many years, that has never fallen over. So, yeah, I found that kind of amusing. It's not connected. It's a gas grill, but it needs to be disposed of because it is that old and some stuff is starting to rust and stuff, and I just don't trust attempting to use it. Uh, and Yeah, there are some wasps that are homeless, but I don't think people care about them though. The rest of Sunday, I did a combination of procrastinating and working on more of the Star Cakes. I procrastinated because I've been watching YouTube videos on a game that I want to play again, but it's a long time. So every time that there's a Let's Play that shows up in my feed, even though years ago, I will still end up getting sucked into it because it's always fun to see somebody else's perspective, especially when they haven't played the game before. That was a lot. But by the end of Sunday, I managed to get 6 of the Star Cakes blocks done, and you will get to see a picture of them in scenes from the week. So yeah, that they are, like I said, really exciting. Monday, I got my Fort Worth Fabric Studio subscription box. They apologized for it being late, but it seemed on time to me. Maybe it's because the previous subscription box was stuck at the post office for a week before it finally got delivered. First couple times I've had issues with the postal service. I think it was supposed to be transferred over to the post office, but FedEx finally just said, "You guys haven't picked it up. We're going to deliver it." That was January's box. Uh, March's box came, like I said, exactly when they said it would. And it was a fun box. I recorded a video that had me unboxing it and released it Tuesday morning. The box feels a little weird the past couple ones. They seem to be in stash building mode instead of project based mode. I get it. Some people love stash stuff, some people love project stuff. You can't make everybody happy with every box. So I still think that what they gave is gorgeous and definitely worth the money that we paid for it. So I am not going to argue with that. I just need to figure out a really cool fat quarter quilt to make with 6 red, white, and blue fat quarters. And then, yeah, Tuesday morning, we all woke up to the sad news that our quilty inspiration, Donna Jordan, passed away. I love her videos. In fact, her videos are the reason I made a handful of quilts specifically. The popped art pattern I made for my aunt. My aunt, many years ago at this point, I've lost track how many, gave me a fat quarter bundle one of the years that I was up visiting family up there in Massachusetts, and uh, I'm I'm not gonna say no because even though it wasn't my fabric style, but I was like, I can make something with this eventually back to you, and you'll have like all these awesome memories. So when I saw the popped art pattern from Donna Jordan, I instantly said that is a pattern that needs to happen with fabric. Uh, Another one of her videos, she has a shadow box pattern, which was a free pattern of hers, and I made it with Mr. Rogers fabric for my sister. That came out gorgeous, awesome. My sister loves it pieces. At least I'm assuming she is because she hasn't did return to sender or anything. And yeah, her videos are also the reason why I picked the Star Power pattern for graduation quilt. Okay, maybe all her pattern choices weren't perfect, but she was definitely an inspiration, and I am going to definitely miss her smiling face and her awesome nails. I wish I can get my nails hers. I, with all my heart, I wish her family all the best wishes during. So yeah, it's been one of those weeks. sometimes I don't know what comes over me. And I know what caused this, and it's all my fault, but I don't care. I have a tendency to not write things down in a calendar and, check that calendar before I say yes to things. And honestly, I don't think that still would have worked, but I am definitely smart enough that I don't step on myself. That's all that matters. Saturday, I am going to start real early with my friend Sean of The Guy Who Sews as I join him for Brekkie with The Guy Who Sews. I always have a blast when hanging out with him, even though, yeah, his big fear is whether or not the power will go out. If you know, you know. So yeah, that is going to be on Sean's channel. As I said, it's The Guy Who Sews at 8 a.m. Eastern on Saturday. I'll have to translate your own time. Then I'm gonna manage to quickly grab some food stuff before I'm back here on my channel at 11 a.m. Eastern with my friend Stephanie of Stephanie Stitches as we work on month 10 of Bumbleberry Pie. Uh, yeah, we have some fun blocks about to come together as we round that final turn, or however that race car metaphor goes. I'm quite excited about the home. I'll get a little bit of chill time in the afternoon, but at 5 p.m. Eastern, I am going to be joining a bunch of friends over on Stephanie's channel as we work on the next month of Dragon Fruit. Dragon Fruit is a block of the month from Fat Quarter Shop featuring Tula Pink fabrics, and the fabrics get yummier and yummier each month. So very excited. Hopefully, I can get enough done so I don't have homework. But if I do, I have a solution for that. Because if all of that wasn't enough, I went and scheduled a sewing shenanigans day this Sunday on Zoom. If you are new to everything here, first of all, welcome. But Sewing Shenanigans is a private Zoom that I host every so often. Kind of seems to be about once a month or so, where we just join a Zoom call, chit chat, sew, share show and tell, and sometimes enable each other. Always a blast, and it is free for anybody to join. It is not broadcast or recorded anywhere, so we are able to gossip about whatever we want and have plausible deniability. The link to the Zoom is in my video description below. It's also going to be in the video description for my live on Saturday. If you are on my mailing list, you have already received the link in your inbox to make it easier. That way you're not trying to fumble through videos. If you're not on my mailing list and want to be added, shoot me an email and I will get you added if you want. And before I send out the follow-up email on Saturday, you will have the email in your inbox too. The Zoom is come and go as you please, so you don't have to join us at 8:30 a.m. Eastern when it starts. You don't have to stay all the way through 3:30. If you want to pop in, you know, during your lunch break, or if you have like an hour or two that you want to be sewing in between your kids' soccer games, whatever it is, you don't have to worry about it. In fact, you don't even have to worry about RSVPing to anything. It's all a surprise to me as to who joins, but it would be awesome to see all y'all there. Anywho, I think that is going to be about it for today. Sharing my weekly shenanigans is one of the highlights that I have each week. If you wouldn't mind doing the things that make the YouTube algorithm happy, that would rock. There are things such as liking the video, commenting below, or even going and watching all of Jordan Fabric's videos, because they are seriously awesome. Subscribing to my channel is free and a wonderful way of letting YouTube know you like my shenanigans. Ringing the bell icon next to the subscribe button gets you notified when I go live on Saturday mornings and when I upload other videos throughout the week. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and an awesome week. Until next time, stay happy and remember, always measure your life love.